Alright, hello people from the internet. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The time has come for me to play on stream once again. So here we are with this character, which is pretty strong. About to play some more, random character. And as I said yesterday, constantly, I should be able to win this. In fact, I only stopped yesterday because the headset ran out of battery. If it had not been for that, I would have been very happy to continue playing. Um, yeah, this character is fantastic. It may not have the greatest armor class or evasion, but it does have a lot of damage. Look at this damage rating. It's 60, which gets further increased by 50%, so it is a lot of damage. Taking a little bit of damage here. Kind of annoying to deal with the center warriors. Alrighty. I think that I should teleport. I took a lot of damage from that. Not a bit too low HP for that kind of thing. I'm thinking about whether or not it is worth it to be in statue form. The slow is kind of painful, but it is worth it. It really is worth it. There's not a lot of issues. This has been a pretty great run so far, I happened to encounter talismans very early, and yeah, that's been very convenient. I pretty much never find them early except on trolls, apparently. Also got the Hat of the Alchemist and even a Robe of Resistance, which I used for a while. It's been fantastic. Let us continue. Okay, Convoker convoked. Why are there 5 Convokers in the screen right now? Why are there 5 Convokers on the screen? I mean, I guess there's really not a lot to do about this other than immolation, because how else am I going to kill 5 Convokers fast enough otherwise? Yeah, there we go. Teeny tiny bit of damage. Nothing to worry about. Alright, look at that. That was very messy. But we emerged victorious. Cool name for a quarterstaff, I suppose. Hellblazer. So yesterday I was really focused and in the mood when it came to this character. I could have just kept playing, but unfortunately the battery for the headset ran out. I did make sure of charging it right after I ended the stream, so now it's not gonna run out of battery. That was kind of scary. For some reason, some of these guys are actually dealing a lot of damage. Gotta get rid of the Convoker before it convokes. Gotta get rid of the Warden, and gotta get rid of the Mighty Warlord. If the Warlord had been accompanied by Knights, I wouldn't have fought that, really. I think I know what the issue is. Like, my damage output is very high, but my attack speed is slow. Yeah, attack delay is about 1.1. In reality, it oscillates between 1.2 and 1.0. Sometimes it is 1.1, but I feel like that's pretty rare. It's the direct result of me winning shields, winning a kite shield, not even a tower shield, and being in statue form. Do I do salt with this character? I think it's a bad idea. Doesn't salt have monsters with LRD or something? And it's not like this character needs to do salt. I only like to do salt on characters that, like, as a last resource, because if I don't do salt, I am going to die. But this is not that kind of character, definitely not. This is a pretty strong character, and I've been enjoying it a good amount yesterday and today as well. I'm sure that it will be great. Um, what did we get as a second room branch? Spider. Yeah, who wants to do Spider? No one wants to do Spider. Spider is miserable. Pretty awful place where awful things happen. It's pretty nice to have regen. My previous character didn't have regen for the entirety of the game, and it was rough. But this one, it does take a lot of damage, but it does recover the HP very quickly because of the regen. Yeah. Certainly pretty cool to go through fights, take about 100 or 150 damage or so, and still be healthy enough to continue fighting, or to finish up a fight, to be more precise, because it's not like I would like to continue fighting with that low amount of HP. Evocations. Yeah, let's just get my 8 evocations. I have a file of slots, not that it matters too much considering that um, I have a lot of willpower, but it might still be useful regardless. Might still be worth getting up. I should also consider getting maybe dodging. Obviously armor won't do anything if I'm in statue form. There's no sense in getting armor. There is an angel. Okay, the convokers are getting pretty ridiculous. I'm just gonna teleport away from this one and things should be okay. Yep. I think that there was a chance that I could have won, but there's no need to gamble like that. I might as well disengage while it is safe for me to do so if things are not going in my favor. That's the beauty of Crawl. You just gotta know when it might be a good idea to disengage before things get crazy. Taking a lot of damage from my own fire. Yeah, I would say that the thing that's gotten hurt the most from these explosions has been me. But I did kill everything, so whatever. Careful with the very large slime creatures. Have you been watching Evo? Because before I started stream, I was watching Aries watch Evo. I found out how to watch streams on BLC. It's kind of complicated. It's definitely meant so that you don't really do it, but if you do it, there's no ads, which is super nice. I would recommend you to do that. Obviously, you don't get the chat, so you would have to open the chat in a different window if you want to chat. But most people that watch my stream don't really chat, so I guess it's fine. It might be the ideal solution for you all. Should drop this maybe. What else do we get rid of here? I think we can get rid of these two at the very least. Maybe I do go for dragon form, but I'm not sure. I have 3 scrolls of enchant armor. These ones plus 4 fire skills. And I don't have fire skills. They have not generated. It's gonna be very, very difficult for me to find that specific item because I am a worshipper of Ghosak, so nothing is gonna drop those. Yeah, everything just turns into money. Wislav and Caravan. Okay, the Caravan is the priority. I think that it is very obvious why, being a worshipper of Ghosak. I am literally swimming in money. There's no stairs that are nowhere near. There's no stairs that are anywhere near the caravan, so I might as well just walk over there. Walk carefully and do not get into crazy fights that make me have to rest for a very long time. I suspect that is a crazy bolt, actually. That might have some crazy monsters that make me want to rest crazily, so let's just avoid it. Let's avoid the entrance. Rendered plate. It's not very good. I could also on statue form to walk faster. Maybe I should have done that. Oh man, I was like, okay, I think that it is pretty lucky that I have gone through this bolt and there's not been any enemies, but unfortunately here are the enemies. Haste and heal wounds. Yeah, I actually wanted resistance because I have only one people fire resistance versus Marjorie and the Hell Knights. Might be dangerous. Not very dangerous, as you can see. Maybe she had fire scales. Shadow scales, unfortunate. Oh man. I probably shouldn't pick up the money, but I picked up the money anyway because, like, I said that I probably shouldn't because, like, before going into the caravan, um, because I am already very wealthy, so why even pick that up? Do I drop anything before going in? I guess that I do drop some stuff. Ah. Oh, this is the bazaar. Yeah, it was like, this looks like a weird Wislav, but it is not a Wislav. I should absolutely on statue form for this. Oh man, so far it's not been exciting. Should I buy these? I think that it is extremely unlikely that they will be better than statue form. Okay, yeah. Absolutely not worth my time even. But let's take a second look. The weapons, we don't want weapons, and potions. And I guess I do want some potions. Maybe these. Ambrosia attraction. Yeah, that's it. Oof, rough, isn't it? Okay, now let's try to get to the Wislav. Okay. This was a nice route because I got through the Wislav quickly. But of course, it is pretty scary to be taking fights in bolts with 9 armor class. I should re-statue form. There we go. Cloud Mage. This is gonna be fun. The Cloud Mage Wislav is pretty difficult and scary. But I have the resistance, so maybe we're okay. Rough. Pretty rough. I'm actually dying to the literal first fight. Can you believe this? With resistance to electricity. That's the craziest part of this. That I'm dying to the first fight with resistance to electricity. Okay, I think I got rid of the air mage. That was a big deal. Oh yeah, these are summoned by the Ghostcraft because the Ghostcraft did its ghost mist thingy. Makes perfect sense. 3 charges of Quicksilver in the entirety of the playthrough. Unfortunate, but 1 charge was enough to get rid of that guy. This is the kind of Wislav that if you don't have the resistance, you should definitely not be here. You should like just turn straight in the opposite direction and never come back. It's going well so far. By the way, I like the description for the clouds. Yeah, description is a cloud of white fluffiness. A white fluffy cloud, not actually solid enough to use as a pillow, and yet still oddly peaceful. Um, For practical purposes, it's like the scroll fog. I think that scroll fog should sometimes have a chance to generate those. Those are very rare clouds that you can only get in, I think, this bolt. Not that they affect gameplay in any way, but I think that it's pretty nice imagery of white fluffiness. Man, those apple crabs are scary. Um, Crabs in general are pretty powerful when you are so slow moving. Scarf of Repulsion. It might legit be better than what I have right now, so I'm gonna put it on. Still gonna keep the other sorry. Still gonna keep the other cloak around because it might be a necessity later on to fix the lack of resistance or like the lack of intelligence. There's always a possibility for that. Cloud Mage with the Robo Clouds, as it always generates here. This Wizlove does not have the best loot. I think that it should always place a Condenser Bane, whether or not you have Condenser Bane in your game. Okay. Yep, the Cloud Mage has Tornado. Well, Polar Vortex, I suppose. I have 3 pips of the resistance, so it wasn't terrible. That's kinda worthless. Okay, so far the loot here has not been good. I would be very happy to have that if I was a normal character, but as this character, I don't care about 5 evasion and resistance to electricity. Okay, we did the caravan, didn't get anything, and we also did the cloud mage, and we also didn't get anything, unfortunately enough. I guess that we got a little bit of experience, and no, the money wasn't net negative. I entered the cloud mage with 7k money, and I left with less, because I had to use Gosag abilities. Another thing that I should really think about doing is training for the rocks, because it is faster killing things by throwing rocks than it is by to kill them by chasing after them in statue form. Especially when they like to blink around so much. Man, this character is so strong in a 1 versus 1. I find that kind of astonishing, how powerful this guy is in 1 versus 1 combat. It's many versus 1 where it starts to have issues, very reminiscent of heavy weapons. And you may be wondering why I like... Man, this Hell Knight is invisible. Oh, it has distortion. You might be wondering why I like statue form when, on the other hand, I do not like heavy weapons, except for very few exceptions. And the main reason for that is that statue form gives you so much HP and so many defenses and so many resistances that you don't get just from using a heavy weapon. If heavy weapons made you into statue form, then maybe I would be a bit more interested in them. In general, apart from like very specific heavy weapons. Like for example, I have a character on YouTube where my heavy weapon was a demon whip, and I was disappointed for like half a second when I got it, until I almost instantly realized that heavy demon whip is really strong because it is not slow like all other heavy weapons, while it does have the very heavily increased damage output. Like, that is not to say that it doesn't get any penalties, but going from 0.5 attack delay to 0.7 is significantly less punishing than going from 0.7 to 1.0, especially when that increase in delay is just like turning your demon whip into a one-handed triple sword with no brand. It's still a one-handed triple sword. The brand might as well be protection because you get to wear a shield as well. And you don't even need to dump a lot of experience into training for it, the same way that you would have to do for a triple sword. So yeah, that is the ultimate heavy weapon, the Demon Whip. Darkblade is also okay, but for sure Demon Whip is way better. Not like normal whip also is it's not okay. I would say that it is on the weak side of things. Normal heavy whip, um, but um, but at least it doesn't attack very slowly like other heavy weapons. Man, this character is crazy strong. You like sometimes it gets into such absurd situations that you would think that are like almost impossible to survive, and it just deals with them like they're nothing. It does help a lot that I've been training on armed combat. I was at 16.2, and now that I've trained to 22, it's going better. I'm kind of dying here, however. Let's read fear. There we go. That fear is almost everyone I can reposition. I can fight those guys in a corridor, but not if they're surrounding me. Um, Heal wounds, curing, magic haste. Yeah, let's go. Unfortunately, there's a Frostheart dirt, so I need to reposition because otherwise it would just slowly freeze me to death, despite the fact that I have 3 pips of the resistance. The 12 corrosion hurts. I think that I should maybe drink cancellation, but I only have one. I might as well save it for when I actually do need it. I don't need it right now. It made the subsequent fight a bit dangerous because, like, if there had been anything truly nasty instead of just a couple of deep trolls, the 12 corrosion may have really hurt. But there was no such thing to follow up. Very lucky on my end. Uh, so yeah. I suspect that this is going to end in a win, or at the very least that it's going to end in it's either going to be a win or it's going to be me dying to something that I shouldn't have died if I had played better. It's going to be one of those two things. I don't think I care about Once of Flame. That can actually be disabled. I have a scroll that I can read, and I will read that scroll, and it's gonna be nice. Oh, I don't want to drop potions of 3. Definitely not drop and disable the auto pickup. But I want to drop and disable the auto pickup potions of brilliance. Yep. Alrighty. Don't want that cloak either. I don't want that dagger. I don't want that staff. I don't want the bolts 5. No, no, no. That will get me killed. Let's go elsewhere. Let's go elf. Sure. How much am I missing for 22 unarmed combat? I am very close. I'm excited. Let's also train some throwing. 20. I think 20 throwing might be a bit ridiculous. Let's start with 10 throwing at least. Yeah, I understand that they changed it back for screen real estate reasons, but I really wish that throwing back was back where invocations and well where shape shifting is now. Like that's where throwing used to be, and it made a lot of sense because invocations, evocations, and shape shifting are consumable skills. Well, not shape shifting, but throwing is a consumable skill, and shape shifting is not really that. So yeah. Whoa, plus 12 War Axe with pretty nice resistances. That normally I would say that it's too late into the game for something like that, but I would imagine that a character that is stuck using a +0 Broad Axe might actually be very interested in switching for that. It sounds like it would be very, very good indeed. Um, Yeah, these guys stand no chance versus my incredible statue form damage and resistances. Does a statue form increase throwing damage? Actually, I am not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see what the game has to say. Offense. Melee damage. Ah, that's a shame, but it's fine. Did you know that Troll gets a Stone Claws, which deals 6 more damage than the normal base damage of statue form? It's pretty nice. Base 18 damage plus 21 on armed combat, soon to be plus 22. So for practical purposes, I'm gonna be swinging around a 40 base damage weapon with 0.9 delay, 1.0, but it's gonna be 0.9 in time. Tin of Tremor Stones softens up the elves. Even with 8 skill, that's enough to deal significant damage or just straight up kill elves. Very useful in that kind of situation. So yeah, I'm very happy about the rework of, well, no, it's not a rework, it's just the removal of a spell that Deep Elf Elementalists had. They got the spell that or they used to have a spell that turned walls into earth elementals, but it sucked because they could cast it off screen, like outside of your line of sight. They could cast it, and so you would normally be walking around, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're surrounded by earth elementals, and you lost a corridor. And it was pretty lame that it worked like that. So it got removed and replaced with LRD, which also serves a similar purpose of removing the incentive for the player to be in a choke point or corridor. It doesn't destroy the corridor itself, which I appreciate considering uh, how rare it is to find digging nowadays. I have four. No, no, no. I have no digging. That's how rare it is. Yeah, this is a pretty good demon blade, but I'm not using that. You hate that? Oh, you hate the Deep Elf Elementalist spell. Glad they removed it. I agree. I agree. I also didn't really like it from the very beginning. The implementation was never great. So having it be replaced with LRD is a nice change that I appreciate and I like. Now I wonder what's going to be done if there's ever anything done when it comes to attacks of opportunity. Um, I do agree that attacks of opportunity in the earliest parts of the game make it so that like it is very punishing for the early parts of the game, and the more the game goes on, the least relevant they are, because the least dangerous it is for a single monster to be hitting you. Um, it goes so far as to pretty much have me be a character in perma statue form, sometimes just repositioning into a choke point because that's preferable um, compared to fighting many versus one. What do you have? A wand of mind burst. Okay. So yeah, the first win in this account might be this troll. And if I win, I would have a win rate of 25%. I wonder if I can stay over 30% win rate by the time I have 10 wins in this account. I'm gonna be paying attention to that. And fortunately, I don't have to worry too much because the bot just like takes care of that for me. I just have to search for my stats and the bot tells me. It's great. Really, really cool indeed. Ooh, that's a lot of monsters. I think it's okay. Like I think that I win this, but I just have to use Potion of Attraction. and haste as well, but I want haste and resistance. Heal once curing magic, haste, and brilliance. I want haste, but yeah, I don't care about any of the other things pretty much. So haste and resistance is what we get. We can easily win this, and I'm holding on to just immolation to have the screen fill up a bit more. Now that there's enough monsters, immolation to enough tremor stones, and that should kill almost everything that is on the screen right now. It also has a nice little upside of living clouds that the monsters will get attracted into and therefore take damage from. It's going very well. I don't want to use my second charge of Tin of Tremor Stones yet, but I might use it for the Blade Master. Yeah, the Blade Master is worth it. Okay, a little bit of extra explosions. Level 21, a Strength. Yeah, because a Strength makes me deal more damage, and I like dealing more damage. Okay, we're about to hit 10 on armed combat. Or like 10 throwing, rather. I already have 22 on armed combat. I think that after the 10 throwing, I train for careful with the Master Archer. Yeah, we cannot just ignore that. I think that I train for more fighting. I think we get 21 fighting because after all, I want more HP. HP is good, especially when it's even more HP than usual. Because I'm a troll. This Reaper has distortion. I think it's faster to just kill the summoner. The Ring of the Madman. We don't need that. Storm Talisman. It's absolutely not worth it. Yeah, I am wearing the ideal form with this character. Like I'm using the correct form, the one that I want to be using. I don't think I want anything else. Not even that form would be appealing to this character, I think. No, maybe death form. But the thing is that I would need a lot of armor if I want to make that form work. The main reason why I'm using statue form is because of the armor that I get from it. Yeah, it's the armor and the HP. The damage is secondary, and the resistances are also mostly irrelevant thanks to the Hat of the Alchemist. It's the armor class that matters. Mm. You know, if it's the armor class that matters, maybe I should also consider training this to 23, so I get all the armor class that I can get from this. It's like 10 more that I can get. Let me make sure. Granite, Talisman. Bonus armor class 27, plus 38 at max skill. That sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, just training to 23 for 38 base armor class, plus a little bit. Actually, it's not plus anything, it's minus because of the Hat of the Alchemist. And well, that was it for Elf. The emotes. Poor guy. But on the other hand, Sigmund also tortures people, so it seems like fair karmic retribution for all the players that got killed before Sigmund was brutally nerfed into what it is today. And even then, Sigmund is still kind of a scary monster, but not nearly as much as it used to be. We're done with Elf, and we're done with Bolts 4. I guess that we go do Slime. It's not here. I'm pretty sure that I cleared Slime or Depths 5 or Lure 5. But of course, yeah, that's what happened. There we go. Now, I have resistance to corrosion, I have willpower, I have cold resistance. I can probably do this without a lot of complications. Um, Let me search for silver. Oh, wait. I forgot that it's pretty open now. It might not be as simple as that then. Maybe I do Bolts 5 instead. Bolts 5 and Abyss, so I don't go into Spider, because Spider is an awful place full of awful monsters. Maybe. Let's go do Depths, actually. Yeah, my thought process there went like this. Step 1, I want to do slime. Step 2, I maybe should get jabs for slime. Step 3, am I going to seriously do slime as a melee character with no abilities to hit a large amount of monsters at the same time? Especially now that slime has been reworked into being very open. And then I was like, okay, I'm actually not doing slime. That sounds like it could be a pretty bad idea. Um, I have over 10,000 gold. It's gonna be useful for SOT to have that much money. Distortion? Yes. I really like it how the distortion monsters are highlighted now. Such a nice change. Beyond a certain point in the game, highly enchanted weapons should no longer be marked as exotic, but always with no exception, should it be that distortion specifically be marked as exotic. Maybe chaos as well, because chaos can paralyze you, chaos can banish you, chaos can do some really nasty things to you. Um, Okay, I got the Scrolls of Enchant Armor. Now the only thing that I need is the fire skills, and I will be able to go into that treasure trove. It asks for +4 fire skills, but being a worshipper of Gosag, that is a very difficult thing to acquire. That bolt is very annoying, as you can see. It's a bunch of monsters with ranged attacks that are not even that scary, but because of the fact that they are surrounded by the moat, it is difficult to reach them, difficult to attack them, and they're just overall annoying. What is this? Fear. Do I want more fear? Are those scrolls placed by the vault? Out of curiosity, so that you can fly over there while they're feared? Maybe. I've never thought about that. Oh, I think I remember this vault. This vault is very difficult. It's level wide vault with a bunch of really strong enemies. Haste and Might, we take those. Not gonna complain about Haste and Might in one turn for a lot of money, however. But I did say that I'm not complaining. I'll pay that money because Gosag allows me to do so. That went very well because I decided to use Gosag. I think that if I had not gone for Gosag there, it would have been significantly more painful. Lots of monsters. But it's fine because this level it may have a lot of enemies, but it also has a lot of choke points and corridors, so it is much easier to deal with all of these enemies than it would be in a normal depths level or maybe even a vaults level where it's just like super open at times. This character feels like that feeling that I've expressed before in the past. It feels like I am just driving a bulldozer over enemies, and they just get squished in the face of the overwhelming power of this character. I like it. Some people find this to be very boring, but I don't particularly feel like it is the case when I have I don't feel like it's boring to play Crawl when I have such a strong character. I do, however, feel that um, like if I was to take such a strong character to extend it, especially such a strong melee character, I wouldn't really enjoy that much. Um, but for a 3 rune, and especially because melee characters are very fast, like I usually end them in under 3 hours when they're like really strong. So that's like the right measure of time, I think. Um, Need a choke point or a corridor. I'm not dealing with all of that in the open. Haste and resistance, sure. Cossack is incredibly strong. Infinite, or like not infinite haste, but a lot of haste. A lot more haste that what you would normally have is really busted. It's so strong. Yeah, that is only one thing that Gosak does. You can do so much more with Gosak. The shops and the bribing and the distraction on monsters whenever you generate money, like all of those things are so strong. One of the strongest gods in the game for sure. A complete game changer if you happen to get good shops early on. This looks kinda spooky. Yeah. I'm dying here. What's killing me? It's not the living spells. I can tell you that for sure. I'm gonna re-teleport. Might as well do so now that I can. Oh, was that a curse skull and I didn't notice and that's why I was dying? Or was it a Nai? Because I have them have both the same glyph in console. It was a shining eye shapeshifter. Okay. Man, it must be rough to be a glowing shapeshifter and shapeshift into something that has so low hit dice that you're kind of stuck in that purgatory. That poor shapeshifter turned into a nice beast. But I guess it balances itself out because sometimes the shapeshifters run at you as like shard strikes and you kind of explode. Or they turn from a shard strike into a juggernaut into a shard strike again. Yeah, they're really crazy, those glowing shapeshifters. This is going pretty well. There's been situations where I've had to do tactical retreats, but there's been 0 situations where I've been like, oh, I might be dead, or I think this is a pretty scary situation. They were fine. Statue form troll grants on your win. Yep. This character has found almost every form. The only form that I have not found is death form, and I don't particularly care. Statue form is, I think, my peak when it comes to forms. I don't think that I want to go higher on forms beyond this. Statue form works very well because it gives me a lot of armor class that I otherwise would have a very difficult time acquiring, being that I am a worshipper of Gosaks. So that means no gold scales from golden dragons. The only way for me to get gold scales is if I find park hits. And even then, I would be wearing gold scales with 0 armor. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Ooh, Crystal Tome is actually scary. Yeah, that I can choose to never fight again. I can't. The Divine Tome is so much safer and easier to deal with. Because I'm not dodging either of those things, but I would rather take 6 or 7 smites, especially with this amount of HP, than 6 or 7 crystal spears. I have Gozak too. Yeah, I went Gozak because one of my very first shops in the game had snake form and dragon form. Yeah, this was a random character, but one of the very first things that I found was Beast Talisman, and then I found Snake form and Dragon form, and then I killed Roxanne for Statue form, and that's when the game was over. But I did use all of the forms that I mentioned. I even tried Maw form since I already had the skill to use it anyway, but it was not good. Um, yeah. Maw form was disappointing compared to Snake form and of course Dragon form. Menace. How are we dealing with Menace? Everyone knows that Menace has a tower shield, and monsters with tower shields are completely immune to melee. Um, no one has ever killed any monster with with a tower shield in melee. Such a thing is only a myth. Anyway, net, blocked, and yeah. Okay, I think we're done here. There was an attempt. I'll come back for my nets later. I have to continue trying until I can net menace. Did I pick up my nets? I have not picked up my nets. Where are my nets? They're just a bit further down the road. Okay, menace is silent, so that means no abilities. Um, how bad of an idea would it be to fight Menace in Dragon form? Because at the very least, Dragon form has a breath weapon, and the breath weapon leads a cloud of fire, so I can just target it on top of Menace, and that will eventually kill Menace. Not to mention that if I somehow manage to get past the tower shield, it's gonna really hurt. And with statue form, it's gonna hurt. It's base damage 81, or damage rating 81, plus a little bit of extra damage from being in statue form. 50% extra damage. Um, but I think with dragon form, it would hurt a lot more. Anyway. Wait a second. This amulet has minus cast, which really doesn't matter, and 4 slaying and 2 strength. I think that maybe I should put that on. Okay, I did punch Menace once, and now Menace is heavily wounded. And again, and Menace is almost dead. But yeah, you see how bad it can be to fight Menace? Like, Menace just constantly oscillates between almost dead and like, oh, I'm gonna heal, and then Menace heals a lot. At least Menace didn't try to confuse me. Not that it would have succeeded. Oh no! Oh no, that's bad. We don't want to mess with that. Do you need to speak to you? Do you think? You're affected by silence. Roots to wreck his evasion. Yeah, I always forget about that, but roots to wreck his evasion is so good. It's a really, really powerful thing to do. I think that's a very good way to get rid of Menace. Okay, the Crystal Tome is like it's on a league of its own. Like it's so much scarier than any of the other ones. The other ones try to kill you. The Crystal Tome can easily solo you if you get unlucky enough. Um, Okay, 21 fighting. As I said, let's go to 23 shapeshifting. I do want to um, have a little bit more in the armor class department. Get rid of the Earth Mage. We don't want to fight all of these around us. Like, I was okay with fighting the Caustic Shrikes, and I was okay with fighting the Trolls, but the two of them combined means that I would have to fight the Caustic Shrikes while they're surrounding me, and that's absolutely a no-no. We are not doing that. Haste. Yeah. Yeah, whenever in doubt, haste is the way to go. Already at 8 corrosion. Lost a good chunk of HP too, but yep, hasted statue form troll. It's kinda hard to beat for the monsters. It's just how it is. Um, oh man, I'm so excited for getting shapeshifting to 23. If I get it to 23 and I find that form, I might actually use that, or at the very least, I would be able to use it without completely nuking my character. Big damage, and we're gonna follow up with Wand of Roots. I have to constantly keep in mind that I have Wand of Roots, and yeah, it is an item that I have warmed up to a lot, because originally I didn't like it. I just considered it to be bad Ice Blast, but the more the game goes on, that item is just awful in the early game, but at this point where my attacks really do deal a ton of damage, and rooting a monster for 2 turns is usually enough to just kill the monster, then it becomes a really strong item. In the early game, rooting a monster for 2 turns is to begin with not gonna happen, but if you manage to make it happen somehow, it's also not gonna be enough to kill it. At this point, it certainly is enough. Oh man, I really want fire scales from something. The perils of being a Ghosak worshipper. I only want fire scales, however, because I got a treasure trove that wants +4 fire skills. I have the enchant scrolls, but I don't have the fire skills, and I cannot get them from Dragon because Ghosak. It sure is nice that forms do not get removed by Quicksilver bolts. That addresses one of the greatest weaknesses of forms back in the day. Okay, I have 1 rune. I still need to get 3. Depths 4 before rune number 2. That's just how I like to do things. On really powerful characters that don't want to do the runes for some reason. Let's go to the Abyss and Bolt 5, because I don't think that this character can easily do Slime, and I don't think this character can do... well, it can do Spider. For sure it can. Do I want to do Spider? I never want to do Spider, so no Spider for me. Let's see what we got here. I have 100 large rocks. That is a good amount of them. Okay, the game's helping me get to the rune. But I don't want to go deeper than this, because deeper than this only pain awaits. And sometimes the rune, but it's almost always only pain. You feel odd for a moment. Why did it not malmutate me? I don't have mutations. I'm not gonna complain. But I do find it a bit strange that it didn't mutate me. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? I'm gonna go out and play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then try to lure people from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament that I'm gonna go to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament that I'm hosting in my friend's business, so that my friend starts to build a Yu-Gi-Oh! Community. Yeah, that's been my plan for a while, but I haven't really been able to execute it because I haven't been able to go to tournaments and stuff. But I think that the time to do it has already come. Yeah, it's a brand new month, which means a lot of money that I can use for that kind of thing. Well, not really a lot of money, but like, you know, it's just like I get paid from Patreon and then later on from Twitch. It's nice. I want to pick up all my money, and like the game's really not letting me. um, I probably shouldn't try to pick up all this money because, you know, I am falling victim to being a Ghosak worshipper. Am I seriously gonna leave all this money on the floor? It's not like I'm dying or anything. I'm just like, they're not giving me enough time to pick up all my money. Okay, now I'm starting to die, but I think that it is because I was slow and tabbing in statue form. Haste invisibility and might. I sure hope this is worth it and I didn't just waste 500 gold for the privilege of not picking up these copious amounts of money that I'm getting from the Abyss. Yeah, this is actually a ton of money that I have on the floor. I wonder how much it is. The game gave me downstairs. Should I take those downstairs? Should I just go down? And I feel really powerful. Not gonna lie. I feel like not a lot of characters can do these. But this just kills things so fast and takes so little damage that like taking such a ridiculous fight is not an issue for this character. It's only a Beast 3 too, so yeah, it's been kind of ridiculous. I don't think the game wants to let me pick up my stuff. Okay, I get the point. I get the point. I'm gonna get out before things get too ridiculous. It's a shame because I'm leaving behind 1,000,000 gold. One of those stacks that I just picked up had 148. That's how much money I was leaving behind. Man, I think I left behind like easily over 1,000 gold. Feels bad. I think that Gosak should just excommunicate you for something like that. Abyssal plants. Demonic plants, aren't they? Demonic plants? It appears to be harmless. Yeah, they were guarding the exit, and I don't want the exit. I want the rune. I am here for the rune. Okay, the same thing is happening again. I should stop. You have never bribed the beast? Can you do that? You can't. Yeah, it's grayed out. Some shallow water spattered with blood. I just got double tormented, in case you didn't notice. But I am a worshipper of Gosag and I have statue forms and nothing bad is happening here. Yeah, statue form is the relevant part actually. Once again, I'm not gonna be allowed to pick up my money. My hard-earned money extracted from monsters. It looks like I am just scumming the abyss for experience, but I'm really not doing that. I just want my rune and I wanna get out of here. Ooh, man, this is gonna be painful because it's a transporter. Oh, I know this bolt. Yeah, I've gotten killed by this before. This is SOD 5, like literally SOD 5. I am going to use, I'm going to buff the same way that I would buff for SOD 5. Oh man, the second option would be great if it didn't have 3. Yeah, I need might resistance haste, but it has 3. Well, let's try again. I'm starting to think that Gosag really likes to scam people out of their money. Okay, one more try. I have been getting a lot of money from the Abyss anyway. Haste and heal wounds, heal wounds, curing and magic. I guess haste and heal wounds, because I'm not at full HP. And it was almost the same price anyway. I also want might, but I'm gonna get that myself from one of my own potions. Why not? I am about to get super paralyzed because those guys can paralyze you if there's a lot of them on the screen, and there were a lot of them on the screen. Yeah. Little SOT 5. $122 gold from one of those stacks. Goodbye, Leech. Don't do anything. Okay. Man, it's always scary when the game just like does that specific thing. Okay, just let me in. Let me in. Give me my rune. There it is. Okay. The game is even nice enough to place an exit. If you manage to survive all of that, I guess the game says, okay, you deserve to get out. This is what I'm gonna do, however. I'm a worshipper of Gosag after all. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just doing Gosag worshipper things. Okay. And I picked up a good amount of money. That was pretty worth it. Alright, let's get a third rune. And my third rune of choice is gonna be Bolt 5. I hope that it doesn't kill me. It does tend to kill me with an alarming frequency. I still have more money than when I first entered the Abyss. Yeah, worth it. I have 14,000 gold. 14,000. It's a lot of money. Alrighty, I think we go for immolation here. Taking a lot of damage. Blink would be nice, but I don't know any spells. Okay, this. I hope that it doesn't kill me. Might take a lot of damage from this because I only have one source of fire resistance. Yeah, I took 89. Okay. I think we go upstairs now before a warden appears. Yeah, just because I took a lot of damage for real. Okay, look at my armor class. It went up to 36. I was at 29 at some point, but now I am at 36. It is definitely pretty nice. Oh, it gave me strength -3. In that case, it's a good thing that I took it off. Look at that. Now I have 37. Your damage rating with unarmed combat is 94. Before it used to be 81 or so. Yeah, it went up a lot. Amazing. Very big fan of that. Teleport. Go downstairs. Beautiful. Very clean. Yeah, now I can probably go at it in a very safe way now. I like doing immolation to get rid of the bolt guards, but realistically getting rid of the bolt guards is not an issue. Like, it's not a concern when it comes to doing bolts 5. How much willpower? 2 pips. I have a ring of willpower and I have the heart of the alchemist, so that should be more than enough to not get hexed by anything for the rest of the game. I guess there's always a possibility of getting destroyed by something really nasty, but I guess that we can cross our fingers so that such a thing doesn't happen. Didn't know that deep throws could see invisible, since I almost never use it. I want haste. That's not haste. I guess that I'll use heal wounds, curing, and magic. Haste and enlightenment. Okay. Yeah, this character, while hasted and mighty, can beat almost anything in the game, um, including like huge bands of monsters like this one. Kind of getting spanked, however. I'm gonna go for haste and heal wounds. Maybe I shouldn't heal myself using Gosak, and maybe I should just drink the potions that I'm carrying. After all, I do have 12. I think taking off the Amulet of Reflection actually had a rather significant negative impact in my survivability. Okay, now I have 4 pips of willpower. I am not gonna get hexed by a leech. Yeah, to begin with, I'm immune to petrify, so you cannot be affected by this spell right now. Even if I didn't have any willpower, I would still be able to come out of that. Okay. Okay. Some spiders, some really low-level spiders for these. I think you can get Emperor Scorpions. Hey, look at that! The Crystal Spear hits you through my repel missiles. I'm using a Scarf of Repulsion and my 13 shields. To be fair, my defenses are not great, but yeah, it's funny to get hit by nuclear damage out of nowhere from a leech. What is that? Storm Talisman. We do not need or want that. Um, I'll use teleport because I just spontaneously got hit super hard by that Ancient Leech. Might as well call it quits while we can rest and come back at full power. Or I guess not. Maybe the monsters just instantly find me, even though I was not. I'm not as close as you would think from where I originally was. But as long as the leech doesn't appear, we're fine. Okay. Is my auto pickup disabled? Yeah, it was. I found it a bit curious that I was not picking up all of that money. Okay, there we go. Now I am the one who hits the leech really, really hard. Funnily enough, it retaliates with a Crystal Spear, but it only deals 26. Inscribe rocks with Twitch? Yeah. I can do that. Wait. I want to inscribe the rocks. Yeah. I see that you noticed that I have a spectator in tiles. Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I've noticed that over the course of the last couple of days, there's been one single spectator who has appeared in Twitch tiles. Or like not in Twitch tiles, but in the server. You're trying to find me on tiles? I am on Kelby, and the account is called Hyper9Settler. The hyper prefix is meant to denote accounts that only go for random characters. Sometimes you spectate because it's lower bandwidth than streaming. Better visual quality. Better visual quality, really. Is it because I have the stream at 720p? I never stream at 1080p because it doesn't make sense to stream 1080p crawl, or at least it doesn't make sense to me. But if you would like me to stream at 1080p, I can do that. You like seeing the whole screen? You mean like the mini map and stuff, right? Yeah. I don't really take that into account too much because I don't particularly use tiles. And in console, there's no mini-map. If I want to see the map, I just pull up the map. The actual map, not the map that is mini. I'm streaming at 1080p right now. Are you sure? Well, you must be right. You probably checked. That means that I probably have to lower it. I want to lower it to 720p. There's no reason for me to be at 1080. Video gets compressed. It's always getting compressed, but your internet isn't great, so you like to minimize bandwidth. That's very nice. Also, I think that it's something that people don't do more, not only because they don't want to, but mainly because they don't know that they can or should do it. Yeah. But yeah, I like that you do that out of consideration for other people in your network. As for myself, I don't really have that issue because this computer has a bandwidth cap of 100 megabits, and I pay for 200 megabits. A couple of months ago, at the beginning of the year, I switched internet service providers, ISPs, to the one that my mom has because I had my own and my mom had her own, and collectively we paid more for less than what we get now. So it was a pretty good idea. I wanted to do it for a couple of months already, but at the start of the year there was a pretty good deal, and I told my mom, hey, this is the time when we're going to do it because I want to have more money and you want to have more money, and it just benefits us both. So I did it, and it turned out okay. Yeah. At least I have not had issues when it comes to this ISP and streaming. I also always stream at 30 frames per second because I don't think that you're missing anything from me streaming crawl at 30 frames per second. Yeah, it's not like I'm streaming, Fortnite or whatever the kids would like to watch at 60. So I got 3 runes now. I guess that we go do SOT and then finish the game. And then I think that I would like to play some Rift Wizard. I haven't played Rift Wizard in a bit. And there's some people on my YouTube that specifically are on the YouTube for Rift Wizard, so I would like to please them. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering that people do follow my YouTube for Rift Wizard because I don't really upload that much Rift Wizard, but yeah, I gotta keep them sated and pleased. 39 armor class. We're gonna hit 40 maybe. I also am about to hit the cap for spellcasting or for shapeshifting. I'm about to hit 23. With the cap for statue form at least. I think that maybe after that I get 27 on armed combat. Like maybe it's actually a good idea to get 27 on armed combat. Orb of fire. Distract the Orb of Fire. I have still my greatest weakness is only 1 pip of fire resistance. That is not great, and I would like to change that a bit. I guess that we can put on a Ring of Fire resistance, considering that I was walking for a large amount of the game with less than this amount of armor class. We should be okay. Wow, it's the second time that Malmutate fails to mutate me. I'm not gonna complain, but I do find it pretty strange that it's happened twice. I wonder if monsters are coded in such a way that they intentionally go out of their way to step on SOT traps. Like, because I feel like monsters wouldn't always step on SOT traps with the way that I sometimes position myself, but like these monsters really like to do so. I'm gonna train throwing instead because I do have my rocks. Let me search for the jabs that I dropped earlier. I dropped them because I thought that I was not gonna use them, and I am going to use them after all. How come you don't know how to get there? Oh, you don't know how to get there because that bolt is excluded. Oh, I think that bolt is incomplete, or like not completely explored. No, never mind. No, it is completely explored, this level. Alright, as you can see, when it comes to javelins, this character didn't really get a lot. I think that with how ridiculously rare jabs are, overall, they should be indestructible. Like, you shouldn't lose them. Do you watch Riff Wizard sometimes on YouTube? I appreciate the continued support for the YouTube. I want to make non-gameplay videos, but I haven't really been that motivated by Crawl in the last couple of months. So it's difficult to talk about something that you don't like to talk about, or that you don't want to talk about, to be more precise, for for however long my non-gameplay videos last. Yeah, and I would like to just do it when I want to do it, because when I want to do it, I feel like that's when I make my best non-gameplay videos. Same goes for the gameplay videos, really. Like, if I want to play Crawl, I play well and I play better, and I clutch out some wins that I wouldn't have been able to do on a bad day. It really is like that. Your mood has so much to do when it comes to victory in this game. That's something that I knew back in the day. Like, I already knew it. Realized at some point that um, that if you play but you're tilted because you killed a great character or something a couple of hours ago, and you're still thinking about that, you're just gonna be throwing characters into the blender if you play with that kind of mentality and attitude. Like, if you play tilted. So if your objective is to win, you should just play when you want to play, not play because you feel like you need to play. This is not a good situation. Yeah. Okay, get rid of that guy. Go upstairs. Get rid of the Draconian. I have 542 HP while circling. That's nice. Should I cancel? I have to. Yeah. Gonna cancel the slow. Heal wounds, magic, and haste. Very expensive. It just gets only haste. You're hurting me quite a lot. Let's throw a net at you. Okay, do they have polearms? Do you have polearm? Oh, okay, yeah, does have a polearm. It's no longer Cirque. I survived through the entirety of that guy's Berserk. Man, Statue Form is tanky. It really is tanky, tanky, tanky. What if I... Yeah, what if I just get a little bit of dodging? It's not gonna do a lot because I only have 10 dexterity, but I think that it might give me some 3 points or so of evasion, which hopefully do something to increase my survivability. This is really scary. You take 118 damage? Is a message that the game just threw at me? Wow. Man, that's crazy. I took so much damage. I took so much damage. It's, yeah, that's extremely worrisome. I think that I have to blink away from this one. There's no other way around it. We don't want to take that much damage 1 or 2 turns in a row, because that would get me killed. I think that maybe we read Tele. I just wait. Because I don't think that I beat BB, but I also don't think BB alone kills me while I Tele. Oh, maybe we kill BB. Look at that. Look at that. We're dealing some pretty good damage. Pretty scary enemy, but not that much of a match to my 94 unarmed combat plus 50% of that. Yep. Goodbye, BB. I am a bit surprised that after that turn where I took 100 plus damage, BB didn't manage to really hurt me. But I'm not gonna complain, that was really good. Should I wear a tower shield? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Training for shields is so expensive. Troll aptitudes, you know? Not much to say about those. They're just troll aptitudes. But even the -2 in shapeshifting is doing well enough that I got my skill to 23, and now I'm walking around with 36 armor class as a troll without any armor training. um, this has been a very pleasant run. Yep. Ghost Moth. I'm glad that I don't care about losing all my mana, because otherwise that would be very annoying. And yep, this is so unbeatable in 1 versus 1. It's only when we're fighting multiple things that we run into issues. We didn't take 63 in 1 turn. It was multiple turns. Sometimes the message doesn't get printed every turn because I'm just moving too fast. Tiamat. With the Dragon Skin Cloak, which I am definitely interested in using, but I need to buff. I can beat her, but I need to buff. I'm gonna go for resistance. Haste and Might would be nice, but we get Haste and Brilliance. And then we already have Might. Where did that Might come from? Oh no, I Might and Brilliance. Oh man, I should have hasted. But I guess I have so many potions of haste, might as well just do it myself. Okay, we're... Whoa! Have you ever seen such a one-sided Tiamat fight? Because it might be the first time that I just destroy Tiamat like this. Look at the damage. Jeez, this is fantastic. Yeah, Tiamat just like got... what's the term? It's not trivialized. It's something like that. Yeah, just got absolutely farmed. And I get Dragon Skin Cloak at the cost of my Scarf of Repulsion. I'll take it. I'll take it because my armor class goes up to 41, and I also get some pretty good 50% chance to resist whatever. Yeah, it also is a trophy. You know, it's not only a matter of it being optimal. Avatar's Aegis. It grants the wearer a chance to resist fire, cold, poison, electricity, acid, and negative energy. So it's like 50% chance to give you one more pip of that resistance whenever you take that kind of damage. Which is not nearly as good as the Hat of the Alchemist, but it's still pretty good regardless. Discombobulated. Yeah, she got discombobulated. Oh, fotherized is the word that I was looking for. She got absolutely fotherized. Hey, I got 5 exclamation marks. That means that I dealt more than 144 damage in that single attack of melee. I wonder if I could one-shot a Royal Mummy with this character. Maybe I could. I would probably need Might and all the strength gear that I can find. Oh, Shark Strike. Where did you come from? Why do you exist? Also, I see that I do not have to go in there. And yeah, if there's ever a time to not go into a vault, it's when it's surrounded by a huge moat of lava. I don't need to deal with that today. Let's just go downstairs. Ouch. Okay. This might be a bit of an issue. Yeah, because Berserk Golden Dragons do hurt. Yep, they do hurt like that. The Golden Dragon alone dealt almost 100 in a turn. Rough. I think it was actually like 2 actions or maybe even 3 actions of the Golden Dragon, but still. I have Phantom Mirror. Maybe copy the Berserk Golden Dragon. Oh man, that bought me 2 turns, but I think it was probably not enough. Let's just blink to the stairs, safer. I'm amazed at how swingy this character has been so far. Like sometimes I just trivialize Tiamat, and sometimes a Golden Dragon hits me for 100 damage in 1 turn. Yeah, I think that it was the ideal combination of monsters to actually have a good chance of killing me there. It was a Moth of Wrath, a Golden Dragon, a Death Cough, and a Storm Dragon, which didn't really do anything. But yeah, the Moth of Wrath berserks me and berserks the Golden Dragon, which is bad for me and good for the Golden Dragon. The Death Cough slowed me, so I was slow in statue form. And the Golden Dragon just like puts out a ton of damage. If I was gonna die, I probably would have died there. And I did have to use half of my stack of Scrolls of Blinking. I used 2 and I had 4. So that was still a pretty costly fight to take. I hope that I do not run into more situations like that in whatever's left of the game, because otherwise I'm probably gonna die, and we don't want to die here. I want to win finally with this random account. If I win, I'm gonna have a win rate of 25%, and as I said earlier, I would like to see if I can get over 30% win rate by the time I have at least 10 wins. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's very easy for your win rate to go down, but it's very difficult for it to go up, because it's just so much harder to win than it is to lose in this game. This vault would have been completely awful if I didn't have poison resistance, or rather poison immunity, being a statue has some perks. What is this Saltar 2? Jeredelemnul, and there's a manual of invocations, which doesn't do anything. Gozak doesn't particularly care about your ability to invoke, only cares about the size of your wallet. Sot 5. Let's read magic mapping. Trap layout is pretty good. I will make use of this. I'm still in a state of shock when it comes to Tiamat and the subsequent fight versus the Golden Dragon. Yeah, because the Tiamat fight was really, really good and the Golden Dragon fight was really, really bad. It's crazy. It helped a lot that I fought Tiamat 1 versus 1. For some reason, Tiamat's band was not there or something. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's pretty helpful actually, because I didn't want to walk all the way over there and then get out. Okay, I see the Orb of Fire. Let's just start buffing up resistance, Invis, not that it would do a lot. Might, haste. Probably should have hasted first. I took a ton of damage from doing all of that. 4 Orbs of Fire versus 3 Pips of Fire resistance, 228 HP, and 41 armor class. I think that I have a good chance, not gonna lie. I also have Silver Jabs, which I will proceed to use now. Death Beam versus Orbs of Fire. Big boy damage. Okay. Okay, we're dealing some pretty good damage versus these Orbs of Fire. Oh, it surrounds me. It's at full HP. Okay, that might be an issue. Yeah, this is a bit of an issue. Is it bad enough that I want to start fearing for my life? Oh yeah, I should Bribe Ranch. You are correct. Yeah. You should be friendly, Orbs of Fire, or at least neutral. You are correct. You gel at your Killer Clown. I finally got a mutation. Man, that poor Killer Clown is gonna get baked. Got frail. I have to say that fighting Orbs of Fire at the amount of HP that I have right now is kind of nerve-wracking. I know that I'm not at dire risk of dying, like I'm not at immediate risk of dying just because they're really not hitting me hard at all. But you're conditioned to think, oh, 30% HP and I have 3 Orbs of Fire in the screen. This is like a really bad situation where I'm probably gonna die. But it's not like that for this character. I'm a bit surprised that this guy is still alive. Oh, I think it's another one. Yeah, I think that I just got 2 Killer Clowns. Okay, I got slowed. Or rather, I lost my haste. Let's just rehaste. No reason not to do so. Why are you Berserk? Where did you get that from? I think that there's a ghost mod that's preemptively berserking things just because I had an ally. Oh man, that sucks. Because berserk monsters are actually really scary. We have already seen what a single berserk golden dragon did to me earlier. Okay, let's just tactically reposition. I think that I can beat it, but I need to make sure that it's not gonna surround me or anything. Alrighty, can I rest a full HP? Your Cursto greens greedily. I didn't know Curstos could green, but sure. Should get rid of the death cap. Or like it... or maybe not gonna get rid of the Moth of Rat, that's what I meant. Yeah. Curstos are really strong, but I don't know if they're the ideal allies. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Yep, if I get out of its screen, it's just gonna decide to torment everyone, right? Or it's gonna get killed, because of course it's gonna get killed. It was getting hit by a million Orb Guardians. I would also get killed in such a situation. Okay. Man, 2 rocks. That was more than enough to kill that statue. 2 rocks. Rocks are incredible. I wouldn't be surprised if my rocks dealt more base damage than my unarmed combat. But no, it's actually not the case. Base 20 plus 13 throwing, but if I had the same amount of skill, they would be dealing more. Because my base is only 18 plus a skill. Alright, it is done. Oh, I should maybe have used mutation because I got some bad mutations. Oh, I have the Hat of the Alchemist. How did I forget? That's the reason why I haven't been butchered by bad mutations this game. I think we take that. Landed in a sub trap. Unlikely. Should I be in statue form in the Orb Run? Probably not, but I'm still gonna be in statue form for the Orb Run. Panlord with Damnation. It's not immune to damnation, so it's not gonna do it because it's next to me. That's actually a it's indifferent. That's convenient. Extremely convenient. Okay, just you go on your way, I'll go on my way, and we're cool. We don't have to kill each other, or rather, I don't have to risk that you just like for some reason decide to kite me with damnation. I don't think monsters can actually do that, but it would really suck if monsters could be faster than you just damnation kite you. I'm glad that no such thing is in Crawl anymore. There were some monsters that used to run away when seriously injured. But that was just annoying more than actually interesting. Imagining bats with damnation. You should, if you know how to code, you should consider making that Hellbat. Do Hellbats already exist? Probably not. No. There's like Firebats, but Hellbats with damnation would be funny. Poison Arrow, Petrify, Big Evasion. Gonna wait for until it's next to me, which is now, and then root it. And then I'm gonna punch it, and again, you scratch Yuguset but do no damage with 91 damage rating. Sure thing. Not much to do about that. Let's do it again. Once I get out of depths, I'm going to use Bribe again. We're almost there. Yeah, whatever, I have the resistance, we're fine. Sometimes you get one dice of 91 and get one, lol. That is indeed how it is sometimes. These are some dangerous monsters. Wow, one of you guys summoned Convokers. I should get rid of the one that did. Getting pretty seriously hurt. Kind of worrisome. I think that it's time to cancel. Yeah. Okay, because I was weak and corroded, so I was not dealing enough damage. Okay, I'm gonna rest here until that happens, and then we're gonna go upstairs. And today you learn why I like to rest on top of the upstairs, because it lets you avoid that kind of ridiculous thing when it does inevitably happen. Strength. Okay, damage rating is 95. So getting strength increased my damage rating by 4. It's like just spontaneously finding a ring of slaying. Not bad. Hello, Luxury. Thank you for stopping by. Remember to bribe. We have bribed. 5 exclamation marks on the Necosec. Look at that! Indifferent Panlord, or Peaceful Panlord. This one didn't even have spells or evasion. I would have been able to kill it so easily. This is a friendly lich? Yeah. Okay. I think the lich just disappeared. Oh! Titsimito stirs and turns away. Cool. Hey, look at that. Monsters just keep spawning in my line of sight and then keep just like not caring. This is fantastic. Ever seen a gnome smash a pig with Orb of Destruction? Man, I tell you, I don't know what kind of evil have we brought onto Twitch chat. Those gnomes are gonna get out of control. You won your 4th run a few days ago and you have about 8 Panlords attack you on the Orb run. It was exhausting. It tends to be exhausting to have a run that's so heavy on Panlords. Hey, look at that. I skipped D3 and never came back. I think there was Null with a halberd or something, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that. Well, this is what Scrolls of Revelation are made for for exploring in the orb run. Let's just get out of here. I wonder what this level has. An altar, but it doesn't tell me whose altar. Maybe I could have used that. Maybe it was Gozak, and I could have gotten Gozak even earlier. Okay, we got it. It's over. We won the first random character in this account. Finally. Win rate of 25%. Cool. Your best run was getting the second run and then dying to Brothmother, Spider, and Minotaur Berserker. Or Berserking Minotaur? Was it Asterion with a potion of Berserk? Because that sounds pretty bad. Like Asterion with a potion of Berserking Spider. I didn't go to Spider this run, by the way. I purposefully stayed away from there because such a place is pretty evil. Not a happy place in the world. There we go. youtube.com/@9thsettler. Oh, as a Minotaur Berserker. Yeah, understandable. Spider is pretty bad. Yep, let's just win. Great run. I enjoyed it a good amount. It took me, let's see, how long did it take me? 3 hours and 39 seconds. Cool. There's also a Demigod Gladiator there from me, and a Merfolk Shapeshifter, which I didn't back up. I completely forgot to back it up, and I lost it to the Sands of Time. That was my second Shapeshifter run. It's fine, yeah. It was okay. It was interesting. I went unarmed and it was good, but it wasn't nearly as strong as the Troll Shapeshifter that I played originally. Like, that one was so powerful. So yeah. Yeah, great run. Great run. I would have been able to finish this yesterday if my headset's battery hadn't run out. I wish that it hadn't happened. But at least we got it finished today. No death. 25% win rate. Now I think that we can play a little bit of Rift Wizard. Why not? Let's just Celebratory Rift Wizard to end the week. Haven't launched it in a while, so give me a second.